Open up as we always do with a silent prayer. Everybody praying to whatever energy or deity that you pray to, that we have a successful and productive meeting. Okay, and we always have our brother Kofi, who comes and share with us an African proverb.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. I got to speak into the mic. Okay, hold on for a second.
I got the mic.
Thank you very much. The first proverb I'd like to be able to share today is from the Bunji people of West Africa, and it simply says, streams make up a river. Streams make up a river. And when I saw this proverb, it made me think about, again, the leadership and the men that have come consistently here every Saturday for the past 5 months to be able to create a plan that we believe that is going to help our community. And there's many streams that are in this room that come from different ideologies, different perspectives, but we've come together because we know that the mission that we are on is a serious one, and that it's incumbent upon us to be able to come together and flow together like streams into a river. So I thought that this proverb this morning, streams make up a river, was definitely appropriate, particularly based on that we're so close to our goal and our agenda. The second proverb that I'd like to be able to share with you today is, people start preparing for the night when the day is still very young. This proverb is from the Igala people of West Africa. People start preparing for the night when the day is still very young. And I chose this proverb because we started early, 5 months ago, coming here consistently again every Saturday, breaking ourselves up into committees that formulated our action plan for boots on the ground. And we're almost there. May the 11th, we will begin. And we will begin with great energy and great spirit based on the work, based on people start preparing for the night when the day is still very young. And I think that we have done great work. Today, those people that are here that represent the stakeholders in the community, we welcome you, and we are very happy that you're here so that you can hear our story. And so we can come and be involved in your communities, basically with your permission. That's why we are here today, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Amen. Thank you, Kobe. Okay. Now we usually have Brother Najee, who had a family affair today, so he usually do the welcome, but we have a brother this brother is a soldier. I've been on 2 cleanups with him, and I'm telling you, man, to be in his presence and see the good works that he does is magnificent. And we asked Brother Tyrone to do the welcome.
Blessings, peace and blessings to all. First, I want to add another proverb. I don't know if it's actually a proverb. I think it is. It is. And I was always taught this, and it stuck with me for a long, long time, and it still sticks with me. It takes a village to raise a child. And I used to put that on my answering joint on my phone, and the kids on my baseball team used to laugh at it because they didn't know it. So we got to continue to teach. And I want to thank everybody and welcome everybody here, because we got to continue to teach everyone, including ourselves. So this is just an introduction. This is my first time doing it. So if anybody new, if you'd like to introduce yourself and where you from or anything like that. Anybody new? By a show of raising hands. Would you like to introduce yourselves? Let's start on the left side. Sir.
Reverend Joe Williams, I'm a good friend of Stan. He's my pastor.
Welcome. Welcome. Welcome.
And each one teach one, each one reach one.
That's right. That's right. Young lady.
Depending on all of us, we got to get serious. The world out there is serious.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Shakaya Muhammad. I'm a vanguard in the Nation of Islam.
Thanks for coming.
All right, welcome.
I'm Rich Ross. Just happen to be the police commissioner. I'm not really here in that capacity today, but just wanted to come in for a few moments. We can't stay long, but we wanted to just come and show our support in any way that we can, and thank you for what you're doing and what you're about to do.
Amen.
So,
Thank you.
Thank you.
My name is Wally Ahmed, and I'm part of the Juneteenth celebration here in Philadelphia, along with Kofi, my partner up there, and I'm part of Sky Diamond Production here in Philly.
Welcome.
Welcome.
I'm Alice Parks Jackson. I'm from Black Panther from 2500 block of North Cross Street.
All right, welcome.
I'm just a resident from the 2500 block of North Cross Street.
All right. We definitely would like to thank everybody for coming out. You know what I mean? Because people with the same vision, the vision grows, it shines more when you got more people involved. You know, and I know some people that came out, and I know y'all vision, so we can just let that vision continue to grow. Thank you, everybody, for coming out.
No, I got it. Thank you. Okay, as always, so we can stay focused on why we came together as an organization, we always start out sharing what our mission and what our vision statements and our goals and objectives. The Black Male Community Council of Philadelphia mission. Our mission is to unite as black men in the city of Philadelphia for the purpose of providing a clean, safe, and secure environment for the women, children, and elders of our community, through membership and leadership that will embrace our community with their presence and resources that would uplift and empower targeted areas of our community. That's our mission statement. Our vision statement. Our vision is to promote public safety and community empowerment in the black community of Philadelphia. We are a community service organization engaged in employing strategies that will stabilize those targeted areas that need our services. The Black Male Community Council of Philadelphia goal and objectives: to establish the following committees: security, cleanup, mediation, education, and public relations. To transform hotspots in our community to peaceful, clean, and safe places for the women, children, and elders to live in. Bring grassroots organizations together for networking, support, and to form a strong community correlation. To provide supportive services to assist those in the community we will be targeting. Make the BMCCP a recognized organization by keeping our hotspots hotline, YouTube channel, website, and Facebook updated and available to the public. Bring ideas to our weekly meetings that will help in our efforts to improve the communities we will be targeting, and review what adjustments we need to make to improve our success rate. To maintain our motto of consistency, boots on the ground, all hands on deck. Encourage the black male members of our family and friends to get involved with the BMCCP. Make BMCP a template for the black community across this nation. And that's basically our mission, vision, goals, and objectives. And this is our stakeholders meeting. And the purpose of the stakeholders meeting is so we can have those areas that we have targeted for our first 90 days boots on the ground campaign. And those areas is 12th and Huntington, Susquehanna Avenue, from 16th to 22nd, going down Dolphin Street to 16th and Dolphin, and all the in-between streets. Also, we have Nicetown. We have 16 and Wingahocken as one of our hotspots. That whole Wingahocken, Nicetown area. In West Philly, we have 58th and Baltimore. What's the name of that particular street? Angora Terrace as one of our hotspots. And also out South Philly, right now we have the 23rd and Reed area, but that might change depending on whatever information we get in the future. But those are 5 hotspots that we attending to or servicing for our first 90 days. And the goal is for us to be consistent. When we say consistency, that means our plan is to be there from Monday to Saturday, every day of the week. And our goal is to be able to have security, say from 7 o'clock in the morning to around 10, 11 o'clock, then come back and have security on post from whatever time in the afternoon to the evening. And all this stuff will be determined as we get the effectiveness from our being on boots on the ground as far as security. Cleanup. That's why I give Brother Tyrone so much accolades, because through his efforts, we experienced 2 different cleanups. One was around 12th and Huntington. The other one was on 16th and Wing and Hawkins, which happened to be 2 areas that we're going to be servicing. And having experienced the cleanup and the cleanliness of that area, if we do that every day for 90 days, the people in them areas will get acclimated to being in a clean environment, and they themselves will stop throwing trash and dirtying up their community. So by having a cleanup every day from Monday through Saturday will give us what we hope to be able to accomplish, is our people getting reacclimated to cleanliness as compared to being acclimated to the dirt. And another thing that we say too as an organization, it doesn't make sense to have able-bodied black men and for our women and children to have to walk in filth in our elders. Amen. When we ourselves can get out there on a consistent basis and take time to keep them areas clean. And then we have the mediation committee. My son was murdered. I'll just give you a little story of what occurred for us to come together. September the 8th of 2018, my son was murdered. He was shot in the right temple, in the jaw, and in his chest. And that sent a rippling effect, a drama throughout my whole family, which I have a big family. And what I started to recognizing that we as black men is sitting on the sidelines waiting for the next body to drop. And instead of sitting on the sideline, we as black men, we need to come out of these edifices that we are sitting in and get back into the community so we can be a presence to change our condition. And that's what gave impetus for this organization, and the call out that called out. Many brothers came, and we've been working diligently to get in the community to have a presence. And that's why what we're saying is, through this organization, we can have a presence every day where our women, children, and elders feel secure moving to and fro and back and forth during the courses of the day. And also what we start to realizing too is some of these young brothers, like my son, that's my son right there, Raheem. And he said something very profound while we was beginning to have this discussion about creating an organization. 80% of black people is doing the right thing. 20% is caught up into the drama in the street. 10% of them just don't know their way out. Amen. Amen. So when we start to really looking at it from statistics and data and start to really observing, we as a group are not as bad as it's seen. But when we look at the other 10%, if we black men come out and be amongst them, we possibly have the ability to bring things to them, to redirect them, where that other 10% can be dealt with in another way. But that 10% that just don't know what to do, don't know way out, if we are present on the street with them and they come and communicate with us, we communicate with them while we're on the street cleaning, while we're on the street securing. And these are the things that we hope to be able to manifest as a result of our boots on the ground, consistency, all hands on deck. Because at the end of the day, if we don't do nothing, we're going to keep getting the same thing we got. You see what I'm saying? So this is what gives this organization something different. And as we organizing and bringing an organized action plan to our community, we believe that those who see us and those who see the results of what we're doing will start coming and being a part of what we're doing. So we could be our own solution, because the reality is nobody's coming to our rescue. And nobody need to come to our rescue. We are physically able-bodied black men who just need to come out and do what men do. That's secure their women, children, and elders. And that's our main goal here. Also, we have a mediation committee, and this is another thing. My son was murdered, and I realized that what happened to a lot of our young brothers that's getting murdered, they don't have a place that they could come and talk to other brothers. Even if they wanted to not kill each other, there had to be a method for them to be able to come and say, listen, Mr. Crawford, Mr. Stanley, I have a conflict with so-and-so. I don't want to hurt him, and I don't want him to hurt me. Can you brothers come and mediate this situation for me? Because the other person might not want it, but at least it's a beginning and it's an option. You know, we have been blessed as right now as we speak. We are mediating a conflict between two brothers as we speak. One brother shot another brother. The other brother went to jail. He got out of jail. Now he's back on the street. And now they want, the uncle and a friend of theirs came and asked us to mediate their situation. And so far we having success. You see what I'm saying? Just think about it. We continue this process. That's two people. One might not go to jail or one might go to the grave if we are successful.
Right.
So our goal is to be able to let these 5 hotspots that we are going to be servicing, let the people in that community, the young people and everybody know, the mother, the sister, the brother, the aunt, the grandfather, the grandmother know that we do have a mediation team, because they might be the ones who come to us and say, Black Male Community Council, can you help my son because this is my grandson. So the mediation team is going to be there for that purpose. Also, we have an education committee. And the education committee, we have a brother Yusef, I hope he come today, but he put a 10-week curriculum together that deals with us coming together as black men. And the goal is to be able to meet on a Mondays and Thursdays from 7 to 8:30 and give an invitation for a black men's roundtable discussion where we're going to invite the males of that community to come and sit down and let's have a talk with each other with different topics so we can start to sharing ourselves with one another. So that's our 90-day boots on the ground plan as we speak right now. And the goal is to be able to do this for the first 90 days. That don't mean that after 90 days we gonna leave these 5 spots. But we want to be able to formulate a plan. Also analyze the plan, see what adjustments, what's working, what's not working. So for the stakeholders, this is what we want to bring to the community, and we didn't want to come in the community as a new people on the block and not give the respect to those who already been on the block. So that's the purpose of the stakeholders meeting, and I think that's the gist of it. And Kofi, you got something to say?
Yeah. Well, I also want to say that during these past 5 months, we're not just doing this out of happenstance. We started, we average, our meetings are usually from 2 to 4. So about 2 o'clock, more brothers will start to come in here. And we average in 30 men every Saturday that we meet. And when we first started out, what we did, Commissioner, is we broke up into committees. And we created a plan for each action item. So we're not working out of a vacuum, and we're not coming into the community without having thought in terms of how do we do this. And the plan is written out, and our call out is not a call out that you're going to be hearing a bunch of talking heads, talking loud, saying nothing. But actually to be able to come to have men to sign up. This is your activity that you say that you can do. Here is the application that you fill out in terms of the hours that you are committing. Here is your training period in these particular areas, and here's your targeted date to go to work. And so we have really sat down and thought this process through. We thought the process through so much is that this is phase 1. Our phase 2 is to be able to build a stronger relationship with those counterpart organizations and governmental agencies that we need to partner with, such as the police department, such as Department of Behavioral Health, such as DHS, and so that our work will be considered of real value, and at the same time create the outcomes that have to be seen in order for us to know that we're measurable outcomes to know that we're successful. So that's where we are, and I'm so happy about those men that have been consistently coming, because we look at them as our brain trust and the leaders of this energy. Our visionary and president, Stanley Crawford, continually says there's no big eyes and little U's here. We're all in energy trying to do the right thing for the right reasons to be able to help our community. And that's our story, and we definitely sticking to it.
Reverend Joe?
Understand?
Yes, sir.
I have one word to say. I haven't seen Brother Kofi.
Brother Joe.
Remember, when he was a kid, I kept sitting back there, I couldn't just say music man. Brother Stan, I think you have a hit record. I just hope we can sell 1 million copies of it. And I'll be here next week, and I'm gonna bring some men with me. But I've got to go to the hospital, one of our members is in the hospital. But please tell them where you'll be speaking tomorrow morning, because we need to support what you're talking about. This is needed for the times we live in now. And thank you for having me.
Thank you, Brother Joe. Thank you.
This picture that we was passing around is a picture. Reverend Joe, listen, we thank you. And he was asking me, he invited me to speak at his church tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. And where is it located again, Reverend?
701 West Johnson. We're on the corner of Johnson and Walnut Lane, just before you go to Walnut Lane Bridge, West Mount area.
Yeah, at 10 o'clock.
Bluebell Park. Church is on the corner.
Thank you, Reverend Joe.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The picture that we passed around was evidence of what we was talking about, the work we was doing at 12th and Huntington about a month or so ago. And this was a picture that I cherish because here was black men doing what we're talking about doing. And to have that experience was it was great for me. I was very excited at this one and then the one we did at Wingahocken because it was a beautiful energy to see the neighborhood spick and clean and black men actually doing what we're talking about doing. And, just for the stakeholders, what's going to take place on May the 11th. And if you have any meals in your community, because again, our goal is geared around black men. We're not trying to exclude the females, but it's time for black men to be the ones who stand up and come into the front line and fight for our people. So this call out is basically for black men. And our goal is to try to get at the minimum of 500 black men to make a commitment to help us with our action plan. And we have strategies. We're working out everything that's going to take place after the call outs. To give you an example, the call out is at Imhotep Charter School, which is located at 6201 North 21st Street. And we have already a program together for that particular event. But it's May the 11th. The doors open up at 10 o'clock. The program will start at 11 o'clock. And the goal is to get black men to come, hear our action plan, sign up, and then what we're going to do after that is take a week or two so we can organize the data. Because what we want to do is to do what we're doing in an organized action that really gets the results that we're looking for. So we're going to take all those men, take their data, take their information, take a couple of weeks, make sure we organize it, and 2 weeks after that, that's when we're going to have our first 90-day boots on the ground action plan in place. So that's our goal, and that's what we're doing. And since this was the stakeholders meeting, we want to ask anyone that's present as a stakeholder, do you have any input or anything you'd like to give us or share with us, or any direction you want us to have from the stakeholders? What's up, Brother Rick? Boy, I know we blessed today.
Can you announce the card? They can take some cards.
Okay. Also, out on the table out there, we have palm cards that actually that we want to give out into the community. We didn't give out about 4,000 already.
Yes.
And these palm cards is out on the table. So if you on your way out, you could take up some of the palm cards and give it to your community and people who's in your organization. Okay. Also, we have a press conference. We've solidified the date. It's either going to be the 6th or the 7th of May. And it's going to be in front of Imhotep Charter School at 11 o'clock. Brother Bilal Quayoun is organizing for us. We're just waiting for a response back from Imhotep. Which of those 2 days would be better for them? But since we're having the call out at Imhotep, we've figured that the best place to have the press conference is at Imhotep. So again, you know, this information we're going to be giving out, and hopefully we'll be all over the radios and everybody can hear it. But the most important thing for everybody in this room is to let the brothers in your family and your community know that this is a very important call out, and hopefully we can get the support that we need at the call out. Again, it's palm cards is out there on your way out, and you could feel free to take some.
Rick just informed me that Rick Ford just informed me that he has designated his hour show to us this evening to be on the radio on WRD. We'll play the commercial. Rick has also talked to Lorraine Ballard Morrow from Clear Channel, and she is committed to being able to run our commercial on the radio through all 6 stations as a public service announcement. And but we're going to play the commercial before the commissioner leaves, because he said he can't stay long. But you got to hear this; it's blagging. So you might want to get your tape recorder out so you can play it while you're in your car, because it's slamming. And where Darryl at? Darryl, turn around, Darryl. Darryl is the brother that he made. I know you're trying to get that fish. I understand. What's up, black man? Oh man, it's good to see you. Darryl wrote the song and the commercial overview. So we'll just play it for you.
Hey, Commissioner, come up and say something for us.
Why you pulling it up?
While I'm pulling this up.
So good afternoon, everybody. And so, like I said before, it's really good to see what you're doing. I mean, your message is right on point. I'm gonna step over here because you know, although it may sound fundamental, it's real. I mean, in having, you know, people get out, particularly men, take back, you know, our city, which is what needs to happen. We've all seen that in years past, and it does work if people get out there. So one of the things that, you know, I like that you said that always resonates with me, consistency, right? And so a lot of groups start stuff and, you know, they're well-meaning. And then, you know, for whatever reason, whether it be resources, is usually not due to a lack of desire, but other forces beyond their control, you know, stuff kind of falls off. And so what we need, and what even these young guys out here in the street need, and you know it better than me, they looking for consistency too. They're looking for people who want to be in it for the long haul. And you're not there for one meeting, and you're not there for 3 weeks or whatever. I want to see how much you're willing to play a part in my life, you know, for the better. And so I extend all the kudos in the world to anybody, and in this case to this group, for being willing to step up and assist us in any way that we can, because police are never going to be able to do it. No individual is going to be able to do it. We got to do it collectively. So thank you for, you know, your commitment to making this city a better and a safer place for everybody. I appreciate all of you. All right.
Thank you. Yeah. So this is our 60-second commercial that the brother with all the fish and the chicken. He wrote the song, and then we wrote the commercial, and we blended them together, and we think we got something that the community is going to appreciate. Brother said, if you touch my fish, there's gonna be some consistency up in this joint. Boots on the ground. The boots on the ground for real. Y'all make sure y'all get some of that chicken and fish back there now. I don't know, somebody might, I don't know, did he get the last of it? Did you leave some for somebody now? You left a little bit.
Also, if anybody, as you're going out, I get a donation from a kosher bakery, and any of that bread that you'd like to take, you're welcome to. No GMOs, none of that. And it goes well with your chicken and fish.
It does, I can say that.
Yes, sir.
Seeing y'all, man.
The Black Male Community Council of Philadelphia is issuing a call to action on Saturday, May 11, 2019 at Imhotep Charter School, 6201 North 21st Street. Doors open at 10 a.m. Program begins at 11 a.m. Boots on the ground, all hands on deck. Come hear the plan and sign up to stop the daily violence in our communities. We are calling for 500 plus black males to be a part of Black Men Standing Up. Join the Black Male Community Council of Philadelphia in partnership with Guardian Civic League, NAACP, Nation of Islam, Triumph Baptist Church, North Philadelphia Round Table, Men of Courage, and many others to protect our women, children, and elders. Services we will provide: security, cleanup, mediation, and education. We are the ones we have been waiting for. Boots on the ground, all hands on deck. For further information, call 215-275-4015 or 267-721-3906.
Now, he didn't write Miles Davis. I don't know how Miles Davis got in the background, but we're going to clean this up in a minute.
Yeah, better luck next time. Yeah. Nah, we're going to move on because I got to do too much to really fix that. But we don't want to get bogged down with that. Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you for coming out, Commissioner.
Thank you, Commissioner.
All right.
Oh, boy.
This is my granddaughter.
Hey, Papa.
What's up, grandbaby? You caught me in the middle of a meeting. Can I call you back? Hold on. I know your hair look beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that. Go ahead. Okay. Again, those who are amongst us, that's the stakeholders. If you got any input, any questions, please ask now. Okay.
I don't think, one thing that they was talking about the way we raise our, once again, we just want to say, we try to be fully self-supporting. We doing this from the grassroots, so every time we come, we donate money, because we got to do paperwork and all this other stuff, refreshments and things. So we know we want to continue to grow. So in order to continue to grow, we got to generate our own money. So one thing, we got a raffle going on. It's $5 a ticket. If you want some, I got some in here, or anybody else got some. We also having an old school cabaret on July the 12th up at Treasures, and we're going to use that to generate funds for what we continually doing. Because when we come out and do our cleanup, we're going to need supplies. You know, when we do this mediation, we need to maybe rent a space to mediate this situation, or anything we need to do. Everything we know costs maybe a couple hours, sometimes more. So we don't want to continue to go out and ask people for stuff. We want to have our own. Plus, we have these are shirts and our hats that we wear to let people know who we are when we out. And if you would want to, we got some of those for sale. That's another part of our fundraising. We sell this. Brother Gamel back there, he got that. So this is one of the things that he forgot to say, how we raise money for that. And y'all, if you can't support in one way, there's many other ways to support, financially, or just standing there, coming out for the cleanup, or just letting us know what need to be done in the neighborhood. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir. Okay, so far, we have any discussion on what we talked about so far? If not, we're gonna move on now with our agenda, and we thank all the stakeholders for coming, and please share our information with those who are not here. Okay, now we're going to move into the agenda, and I always start out with financial report. Hazrat.
I got it.
Okay,
That's it?
yes. Okay.
I got a hand. Okay, we only got a few. You want to share one here with now? You got one? No, let's see. I got one there. You got one? I can share that one with one. Which one? Go ahead. There's two of them there.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Need one of these, man?
You done?
Okay, last week, memory donation was $35.
Can do, what I would like to be able to do is, next Saturday, for those of you that are speaking, just a suggestion, that we meet here an hour earlier next Saturday. Let's go over what your spiel is, so that you will be tight when you make your presentation. We only want those who are making a presentation to talk for a few moments, a few minutes. It's not a long dissertation.
Right.
And from the stage, those of us that are there, that are already on a committee, you can say that, will those here from the cleanup committee stand up? You can acknowledge them from the stage, from the pulpit, but you have to remember, also keep this in mind. Our focus on that day is to recruit those various individuals for those specific action teams. So we know that there has been approximately 30, 35 men that have been consistent coming here every Saturday. We expect every man that has been coming here to have their uniform on. Your t-shirt, your hat, if you don't have a t-shirt, at least your hat. Try to at least have the colors that, that are there, so that we all give a uniform look to those people that we are recruiting. Whether you're speaking, whether you're on a committee that is working, it doesn't matter. What needs to happen is, again, consistency in terms of us showing our united energy by wearing your t-shirt, your hat, your t-shirt and your hat, or whatever that is. So that's pretty much it in a nutshell. But again, I'm going to suggest that you're speaking. Am I correct?
I think
Yes.
so. Yes.
Okay. So those that are headed, we know Brother Yusef is speaking. We know Tyrone that you're speaking. We know Brother Leroy is speaking. We know that who is security?
That's where we a little.
Brother Hazrak is speaking. So you are the four men that are speaking about the particular action team. So again, I'm urging that if you can get here next Saturday at 1 o'clock, and I'm going to speak, right? So we can listen to each other in terms of what we represent and what we're saying to those men that are going to be there. We got one shot to do this. So, it can't be, we don't want you to get up and make no long dissertation, tell us about when you were 6 years old, we ain't trying to hear all that. It's about the facts, right? But before we go on, I want to introduce this brother here, Brother Eric. I was so glad to see him walk in the door. He is a community activist, and this boy, he's no joke. And so I just like you to be able to do. I don't know how you got here, but I'm glad that you're here. And I just like you to be able to say a couple
Somebody
things.
at my doorstep last weekend.
I
I thought I was about to get served the notice. So I was ready to, see what's going on, and then they invited me here, so I'm here by invitation.
And I know that you also have
Help a brother out, man. So they want to know why I'm here.
so I know that you have
I have to do a kamikaze ambush.
okay, but I know that you have
scary at first.
I know that you have a network. I know that you're on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
So any help that you can give us, Eric, it would be fantastic. We do have a good PR campaign in terms of looking that our numbers will be good on May the 11th, right? So and the more the merrier. So again, I was just happy that you're here, and if you just want to talk about yourself for 2 minutes and don't, so,
When I was 6 years old,
you ain't never changed.
I'm here to see how I can support. I'm a member of several formations and brothers and people who are trying to do this work, so trying to figure out where we can kind of intersect and be mutually supportive. So I'm just listening and observing right now.
I knew you would, because I know how I seen you move before. So.
And we have a few other brothers that came in after we started. You mind introducing yourself?
Oh, well, yeah, my name is Nate Salon. I'm Matthew's son. He couldn't make it yesterday, so I picked up some cards for him.
Okay, great.
I'm actually, thank you. I work in reentry. I work for Jabs in collaboration with Temple. A couple guys come out and really good jobs in education and certification.
Great.
So through Jabs, right?
Yes.
And their programming, I'd like to be able to get our information run through Jabs. So because even those brothers that have come home,
Right.
that are coming home, we want to make sure that we invite them to the call out.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we just had a fire distribution a street team, and we gave them designated places to hand the flyers out. Family court was one, right? Probation was another. Okay, so in Center City, and we asked them to target. Age groups of black men 18 and older. And so again, my point, I'm glad that you're here. We need to be able to have that information disseminated through Jabs to get to that population.
That's pretty coincidental. We just got a contract with 18 to 24-year-olds to start servicing them as well, because we would only deal with adults. So now we're dealing with 18 to 24-year-olds. We go behind the walls. We also do a radio show on Wednesdays, 106.5, between 5 and 6. It's looking forward to reentry radio, where we discuss reentry situations, prison reform, and things of that nature. But we can definitely put the information out if that's necessary.
Well, I mean, we definitely want to be able to put the information out. It is necessary. And before you leave, if you didn't sign it, please sign in, so we can start to collaborate with you, and if it's possible, we'd like to get on your program, or at least you play our commercial.
Sure.
Wow. Your salutations to everyone. I came to your initial meeting.
Right.
I live in Cambridge, Maryland.
Okay.
And I come here
Right.
I come here on Friday for men's gathering.
Right.
But I was here today for a march throughout the world. Today is World Tai Chi Day. That's why I'm here today.
Wow.
Okay.
And but anyway, I can support you at a distance, whether it's money or what have you. I'm in your corner.
Yes,
You-
sir.
you send that
We'll
million-
come back for the call out too.
You send that $1 million check and carry across the
Name is Brother Clyde. Work from here to Los Angeles with at-risk youth and different various schools. I'm here through my co-worker Mike Kennedy. Mr. Kofi, I know you very well.
Oh my God, you had them glasses on, man. Come on now.
Just like Shamari, I'm just observing and I'm listening and support various organizations throughout the city as far as males. Used to work for anti-drug, anti-violence, and still trying to deal with our youth.
Now, you brothers that have come to observe, right? I'd really like to be able to understand you after this, after you've heard all you, get out of here. After you've heard what you've heard today, and if this makes sense to you, right? We really, again, need to engage you and engage the contacts and organizations that you're affiliated with, so those black men that are there to get this will be able to come out, right? Now, I'm gonna say this, not to knock anything, just so you have a frame of reference. Now, we all know that about 10, 15 years ago, there was 10,000 men called out, right? At Leah Corps Center, right? It ended up with them offering those 10,000 men town watch at the end of the day, right? Nobody wanted to do that. Okay, you know, so there was no plan. And I will reiterate this, because I don't think either one of you were here when Stanley laid this out. We have been working for 5 months consistently every Saturday to create a plan. A plan. So and as you look at our brochure, it says, come hear the plan and sign up. Again, this is not a meeting of talking heads. We do have some people that are going to speak, that they're going to speak directly to the issue, and then they're going to be on and gone. Right? So that, again, we will have computers. I know the young lady is here, but I mean, you know,